Welcome. Today, we're going to go on a pretty amazing journey, starting from the vastness of outer space and bringing it all the way back to what it means to be us. So let's dive right in. Just try to picture it for a second. This boundless, infinite space. A canvas of pure darkness, just sprinkled with the light of billions and billions of stars. It's a scale it's pretty much impossible for our minds to really wrap around, filled with wonders we can't even imagine. But here's the thing, it's not just empty and chaotic out there. The source material we're digging into today describes it as being filled with these countless, really deeply interconnected families. And no, not families of people, but families of stars and planets and galaxies, all kind of held together by some invisible bond. And these are the families that fill up the cosmos. You've got families of suns, burning bright. Families of moons, casting that soft, gentle glow on their worlds. And just endless families of stars, weaving this incredible tapestry of light across the whole night sky. So, that brings us to our first really big idea, thinking of the universe as one grand cosmic family. It's a whole different way of looking at it, right? Seeing connection and relationships where most of us just see empty space. And this family has a really clear structure. Think of it like a set of Russian dolls. At the very top, you have the universe. Inside that, you have galaxies. And inside those galaxies, you have countless star systems. And tucked away inside one of those, our Milky Way, is our very own solar system. It's this beautiful, nested system, each level containing a whole new world. All right, let's zoom in even further, right into our own cosmic neighborhood. Because here, the source describes something that sounds almost magical. A perfectly choreographed dance of planets, with every single one moving in perfect harmony with all the others. And what's just absolutely staggering is how long this has been going on. I mean, this celestial dance has been happening totally unbroken without a single mistake for millions upon millions of years. It's just a testament to the unbelievable precision and order of it all. Now, what's really cool here is the specific language the source uses. It doesn't just define an orbit as a path. It describes it as a course where the planets swim through space. That's such a poetic way to put it, right? It gives you the sense of effortless, graceful, constant motion, as if the planets aren't just following a path, but are actually alive, moving with a real purpose. So this really makes you wonder. When you see that kind of precision on such a massive scale, happening for such an incredible amount of time, can you really just write it off as simple, random chance? Or is there maybe something more going on here? Well, the source material we're looking at has a really compelling answer to that question, and it's all built around this idea of an unseen governing law, a law that seems to bring order to chaos and gives purpose to what might otherwise seem totally random. The central message is pretty undeniable. The universe is not a chaotic accident. It is this magnificent, orderly system, and everything in it is bound by these incredibly precise and unbreakable laws. It's like a symphony, with every single note played in perfect harmony. And this verse from the Quran is presented as the foundation for that whole idea. It says that God created the night and day, the sun and the moon, and that all of these celestial bodies are swimming in their fixed orbits. This is pointed to as the source of that unseen law, the divine hand that guides that whole celestial dance. Okay, so let's bring all of this cosmic talk right back down to us here on Earth. Because in this final section, we're going to see how all of this celestial harmony has a really profound and deeply personal meaning for every single one of us. We're going from the orbits of planets to the orbit of a human life. So what's the big takeaway here? What are we supposed to learn from all this cosmic perfection? If there is some unseen law that's governing the heavens, does that have anything to do with our lives here on Earth? With your life? The source draws this really direct and powerful parallel. The idea is, just like the planets follow a set orbit, guided by a divine law, our lives also progress through set stages, guided by that very same divine control and purpose. It suggests we're not just, drifting in some chaotic sea, but we're actually on a journey with a real destination. And you can see this path so clearly in our own lives, right? We all go from childhood, which is kind of like the dawn of our journey, into adulthood, the very heart of our orbit, and then eventually into old age, the completion of our own personal cycle. Each one is a distinct, predictable stage on our own personal orbit through life. And the ultimate takeaway is this. Just like a planet's journey isn't random, neither is ours.
According to this perspective, every single stage of our life has its own unique purpose, and our path is guided by a divine hand from the very beginning to the very end. We're not just stardust, we're kind of like stars in our own right, with our own destiny to fulfill. So, we'll end with a final thought to mull over. If the stars, the sun, and the moon all follow a perfect, purposeful path that was set for them, what does that suggest about the purpose and the direction of your own life? What is your orbit, and where is it taking you?